I'm gonna be doing a full Ironman in 8 months from now. And I'm so done. On top of that, I'm also gonna be doing a 100-kilometer ultramarathon in 4 months. Yeah, it's quite a lot. For my whole life, I never even thought about doing an Ironman. It never occurred to me. It was so alien to me. I mean, think about it. You start off with a 3.8-kilometer swim, followed by a 180-kilometer bike ride. And then on top of that, you will have to run a marathon or 42 kilometers as well. And then somehow survive and finish the race. I've been running quite a lot, so I can definitely run a marathon, but I don't have any experience with a road bike. I mean, of course, as a child, I used to ride bikes for fun. And then I don't even know how to swim properly. I can barely swim 50 meters without being completely out of breath and like panicking, gasping for air. And that's why the idea of doing a full Ironman never even popped into my head until recently. What changed is that some time ago, I made a list of 100 things that I want to complete in my life. And writing out that list, the only rule was that I have to dream big. So I remember being like 80 items out, and I started to really struggle with coming up with more ideas. And then I was like, okay, well, if I really have to dream big, then maybe in an alternate universe somewhere, I would be able to do an Ironman one day. So I just wrote it down. And once I finished writing my list, then shortly after I finished my first half marathon. Then I did my first ultramarathon, after which came a marathon, which is kind of funny that I did ultramarathon first. And yeah, after the marathon, I was like, okay, what's next? And the surprising thing is that I wrote out that list of 100 items only 6 months ago. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I first actually signed up for a half Ironman, but then after a couple of months of my friends, telling me that half doesn't count and I should go for the full, I was like, well, okay, let's get it over with. I changed my half Ironman distance to a full Ironman distance happening in August 2025. Well, good luck to me. Oy, oy, oy. How am I gonna do this? Okay, like I know I can do it, but it just seems so much work. Today we're gonna find out how's my swimming going. Me in the pool is like pineapple on a pizza. It just shouldn't be there, so this is gonna be interesting. I'm a little scared to swim in an Ironman, but we'll find out how it is today. I feel so sexy in this hat. Basically my goal is just to show you how bad I am at swimming. Until a couple of weeks ago, my swimming experience was zero. I knew how to hula mula. I knew how to enjoy swimming activity, but I didn't know how to swim properly in a race. So 4 weeks ago I could swim literally 0 meters comfortably. I can say that now I should be able to swim 1 lap comfortably. So if I can do that, then I'm already really happy. I'm already tired. I've been swimming for 200 meters or so maybe, and in 8 months I'm gonna need to swim 3.8 kilometers without stopping. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be the toughest part of the whole journey. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of work. Alright, so what about my cycling skills? I didn't have a road bike, so about 2 months ago I got one off Facebook Marketplace for just 750 euros, and it came with a bunch of extra stuff like shoes and tools, so that was a pretty good deal. But since it's winter time, riding outside was out of the question. I needed to be able to ride indoors, and for this I went for the cheapest option, which was an indoor roller. Now, I used to ride my BMX bike a lot when I was a teenager, so I can handle the bike really well. But riding a bike on a roller, that's a whole another level. Technically it should work. I'm so scared. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? It takes a lot of time to learn how to balance yourself on it. And I mean a lot. Yeah, it was tough, but after about 2 weeks of practice, I started to stay on the roller for like 5 or 10 minutes without falling off, and that felt like a huge accomplishment. Today, I can easily ride for an hour on the rollers in zone 2 without getting too tired, but that's really as far as my current form goes. And honestly, I cannot wait for spring to be able to ride outside. So the crazy thing is that training for the Ironman itself is extremely taxing for the body. Because you're training like 10, 15, 20, 25 hours per week. It literally feels like a part-time job. And the training volume only goes up as the race day comes closer. But on top of it, I started training for a 100-kilometer ultramarathon about 4 months ago. Day 1 of training for a 100k ultramarathon. It's the end of October, 31st of October. And of course it's raining. Honestly, I feel so excited to run a 100k. Like, I feel like a child right now who's in a candy shop. Which is why my running volume has been absolutely insane for the past few months. Just in December alone, I ran about 200 kilometers in total, and that number is only gonna go up during the next 4 months. And it's funny because my brain still can't really comprehend how much running this is, because just 6 months ago I did my first half marathon, and nowadays I run at minimum the distance of a half marathon once every week. So I just came back from a swim. Now, with this marvelous weather, I'm gonna have to go back home, get changed, and go run 26 kilometers. Oh. Well, at least it's not too cold. 26k, here we go. 6 kilometers in. So far this run kind of sucks. It's really annoying, like I cannot even see anything. The only thing I can think about right now is how nice summer is gonna be. Like, it's gonna be so easy to run in the summer now. Quick update, I am on 18k, almost 19, and I'm so done. I think this is the most difficult run I've ever done. I cannot wait for this to be over and just, I don't know, get back home, and I think I'm gonna order like a really large pizza. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Less than 3 kilometers left, and finally it stops snowing. Last kilometer, almost done. I can't believe it. 26 kilometers. I'm staying here in this chair. I'm never moving. So this is my reward. We have Netflix, we have recovery, and we have a really large pizza, all for myself. I also do run every single day just to keep my running streak of over 135 days going, just for fun. And I like doing it because it brings some very interesting days of running that you wouldn't really think about otherwise. It's the 31st of December, 30 minutes until midnight. People are already going crazy with the fireworks. Happy New Year, guys! Let's go! This is definitely one of the most interesting runs I've ever done. But of course, I do have rest days where I run as little as possible just to keep the streak going and not completely break my body. I don't know how many people there are in the world who have trained for their first time Ironman and their first 100-kilometer ultramarathon within the same season. But I do imagine there's not a lot of people doing that. And that feels absolutely insane, first of all. And second of all, I am so exhausted all the time. It's currently 10 p.m. and I still have to go for a 5K run. And I am so exhausted. I am so exhausted. I don't want to go running tomorrow or for a swim. I just want to rest, lay in my bed and do nothing. A week from now I'm gonna have to run 32 kilometers. I am not looking forward to that. 32 kilometers. Done. Obviously, I'm doing my best not to get injured, but yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting year. Definitely the toughest, most exhausting year I've ever had. Taking on the full Ironman and the 100 kilometer ultramarathon is gonna be scary and exciting at the same time. I definitely feel like I have the mental side of it handled well. I feel confident about doing it, but there is the question of if my body will able to handle all the training volume, which does make me a little bit worried at times. But it's gonna be an exciting year. I'm gonna look forward to keeping you updated. So make sure you subscribe, like this video so I know that you want more of this content, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully when I'll be able to swim a little bit further than that was.